All right, birthday Howard, birthday Howard Shy, birthday Howard, birthday Howard Shy. Help like how about y'all Shy? About you have a concordance. The balance of the older apostle, great most of will. Since I take to the oxygen of spirit to the truth. The call the four corners of the earth to the fear and power, how about y'all Shy, the hope of the lamp. Salutations to the Israelite foreigners that gather among the nations that believe in the name of Yahweh Shalom Shai. Shalom to the sisters and family and tuning to the gospel preached around the whole world. Peace and mercy to you, and who the world innerly called God is named Yahweh, and who the world innerly called Jesus Christ is named Yahweh Shai. Or the Hebrew Israelite that consists of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and those who line descendants go back to the 12 tribe of Israel due to the gathering amongst the nations. Alright, how you call from the great most on Los Angeles camp. I'm back here with another lesson. It could be a quick one, alright. It's 30 right there in the screen, alright. It's all bloody, shirt bloody and stuff. So this is a screenshot from Instagram. So this is happening now. Protests in St. Vincent and the Grenadines against the Public Health Act to make the, trying to think of a code word, the Vanessa shot mandatory. Protester just bust Prime Minister Ross Gonsalves' head with a stone. See, but things are escalating here on the earth. All right, and more of these things gonna happen. People to get their hands on these mayors, city officials, government officials and stuff because of the draconian measure that's been handed down. All right, these strict, harsh measures that have been coming down. All right, can't go to places unless you have got the Vanessa and stuff like that. And the people are fed up with it. All right, which will lead me to this scripture. All right, this is second Esdras 14, like it. Second Esdras 15 and 14. It's a woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, with destruction. All right, all the hell and calamity that's about to come, and the dead pearl. All right, that's about to come upon it, which we're already approaching it. All right, already in that time, but it's gonna increase. It's gonna quickly escalate. All right. Therefore, the sword and the destruction are nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and sword in their hand. All right. And you have people, a group of people going to fight against another group of people. All right. For there shall be sedition. All right. Sedition is to go against. All right. The rulers. Look it up. Not copy. Look up. It's an incitement to riot rebellion. All right. It's conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority or of a state or monarch. All right. So trying to get people to go against the government. Okay. And that's what you have. I forgot, what is it? Australia. You get fined $11,000 to try to organize anti-protests. All right, against the government because of the draconian measures. So these people are getting fed up, and they're going to cause sedition. You see that's going on throughout the world, all right? And more people are going to stand up and fight back. Fight back against the government, okay? It said, go back. 15 again, for there shall be tradition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their king nor princes. All right, city official, whatever their local official is in that area that they live in, all right, and to the governor and stuff. In the court that their actions shall stand in their power. See that? And this guy got his head busted, all right? And the people took action in their own hand, all right? Be lucky he's still alive. You know, the people probably wanted to kill him, all right? And they're going to lead to other things, all right, to martial law. And they ultimately going to lead to the, the shipping of the people, all right, the MOTB, all right. Which is Esau came, which ultimately, how much outside, great test of faith on the earth, all right, a great temptation, all right. This is that we're going to try everyone on earth, all right. The man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. Martial law, the city going to be locked down. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be afraid. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, gun, and spoil their good because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Yeah, going to be a famine out here, okay? In tribulation, a great trying, all right, and ultimately the chipping of the people, okay? Now you go back up to the first verse, 15, that behold, speak thou in the ear of my people the word of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Yeah, because this is the prophecy that are taking place, all right, that have been written down, all right, back in the day of old time, and now they're being fulfilled, okay? And cause them to be written in paper, they are faithful and true. Yeah, because not letting these shall fail. All right. Fear not the imagination against these. Let not the incredulity, which is unbelief, of them trouble these that speak against thee. For all of them faithful shall die in their faithfulness. All right. But the point was verse 1 and 2. All right. Because it's prophecy that's taking place. All right. Also go to. Let's close it out on this, all right? Matthew 34, as well as in Mark 13 and Luke 21 as well, all right? It said 24 and 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famine. The only thing are taking place, all right? It's going on all over the earth, all right? All at one time. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famine and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, and these are the beginning of sorrows, all right? The scripture also says about the uproar of the people, all right? And these people are in an uproar. The second 9. I'll start at 1 because it's also tying in what we just read in Matthew 24 and also in 2 15 and 1 and 2. 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, all right, which is the prophecy, all right, the prophecy to determine the time that we in, all right, watching the signs of the time in itself, and when thou seest part of the sign pass, I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right, and he's visiting the world through what? Through the earthquake, all right, the famine, the pestilences, hurricanes, all right, all those things, and then ultimately through his son, Yahushua, when he comes back. Therefore, when there shall be things, earthquake and upward of the people in the world, so we're seeing that, all right? This is clear evidence of that, all right? Now, oop, upside the head, go to oop, upside the head. That's from that movie, what's that, School Days, all right? Old movie by Spike Lee, all right? I better haven't checked that out before. Wherefore, then shalt thou will understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, all right? For light as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And what the end, ultimately Edom, so-called white man going down. All right, taking that stick there for Esau at the end of the world, and Jacob the beginning of it that follows. All right, so we got next. So-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. All right, and the whole world is mourning right now. Like Strip there, when the wicked are in rule, the people mourning, and when the righteous are in rule, the people are basically happy. All right, and that's what coming next. Everything be set up in its righteous, proper order, and the whole earth to be happy. Even though the time after the highest had plain beginning and wonder and powerful work and ending in effect in time. All right. So more to come, because this is just the beginning. All right. So with that, shalom.